So our goal for 2023 is to pay off $39,000 of debt in 12 months. Let's see how we did on that first month. This $39,000 started as $133,000, y'all. I actually just made a pretty important video about how to compare yourself when you're on a debt-free journey and how not to compare yourself. So please, please, please go listen to that. I say all that because it may look like we breezed through this $133,000 of debt. That is not so. So definitely check that out. So my husband and I, we are millennials. So most of this six-figure debt was, surprise, surprise, student loans. And on January 1st, 2023, we had $39,000 left on that six-figure debt. We're on loan 14 of the 18 student loans we started with. So Dave Ramsey is our homeboy. I don't know if anyone says that anymore, but basically I'm saying that we are following his snowball method. I know he probably didn't come up with it originally, but he made it popular. So we're following that. All these loans are listed smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. And so loan 14 was originally $5,904.40. We made a $2,487.53 payment at the beginning of January. So that brought the loan down to $3,416.87. Then we made a $710.56 payment from the last check in January. So that brings the loan down to its current $2,706.31. That's all that's left to pay it off. So we got to color in a total of 11 links on our debt tracker, this little visual that I made. I'm also keeping up with our debt with this payoff tracker. So we paid off $3,198.09 of debt in the first month of 2023. Add that with the rest of the loans left, and our total debt is down to $35,883.52. So let's look at this a second because it's kind of got me a little concerned. So that $3,000 some odd payment that we made for the month of January is basically how much we'd have to pay every month of this year if we want to get rid of that debt in the year. But y'all, that is a gigantic payment for us right now, just as it stands now, as our life is now. If it continues in this trajectory, could it get better? Yes, we're actually having some businesses in the works or just some ideas. We've been brainstorming on just ways to make money, and that could take off. That could, anything could happen, but that's no guarantee. In fact, there's no real guarantee. The reason we were able to make that big payment towards debt was our income was like almost $10,000 in January. And my husband is a public school teacher, and he has maybe like 5 or 6 years of experience, and he just has a bachelor's degree. So teachers are usually paid based on experience and how much education they have. So he's at the bottom of the bottom. So $10,000 a month, that ain't right. Like, what happened? So he basically works a part-time job every day after school for 3 hours, 5 days of the work week. And the kicker was that he got paid for a couple of these projects that he's doing, working for ed tech companies, writing curriculum, doing some other stuff that he does. So while his teaching degree got us in a bunch of debt, not just his, my degree, and then some other pursuits that he had in the beginning of his college career. And the teaching field is just notorious for being underpaid. It's actually opened some doors for him. There's actually a silver lining there in this, low income earner situation that we're in. He actually made a video on his channel specifically breaking down how he's making his money. So feel free to check that out. All right, so that debt payment came from his second job, came from his contract work, And it also came from a very small part-time job that I'm doing. And maybe I'll talk about it in another video. It's actually been an experience, to say the very least. But we figured out the simple way to get out of debt after like 8 years of trying to get out. And that is to increase our income, decrease our expenses, and throw as much as possible towards the debt. We've basically decreased our expenses as much as we can. We are tight and hurting over here. So that's as much as we can do. The belt loop, there's no more notches on the belt. We've tightened it as much as it can. So we're focusing real big on increasing our income. So coming up for February, we're looking to throw $1,300 towards debt. Nowhere near that $3,000 payment from January, but I think it'll be okay. So we actually laid out a rough outline of how we plan to pay off all this debt. We made a video on it, so be sure to check that out. It actually outlined how we think we can pay it all off in 12 months. So as far as increasing our income, y'all, I really think some sort of business or selling something is just the way to go. So I'm looking to be more consistent with reselling. My kids have like a closet full of old clothes. We have some old stuff around our home, and hopefully that can bring in some extra money. We're sharing all this mainly for ourselves, yes, but we really do want to motivate some families who may not see themselves represented so much on YouTube. Like I said, we are low income earners. One adult in our family is not even working. Not me anyways, I'm not working a full-time job, so this is real out the norm. So if we can help or motivate anyone, we're happy to do that. So remember, wherever you are in your debt-free journey, keep at it.